was a mistake for China to retaliate. The president, when America is punched, he punches back harder. That's why there will be 104% tariffs going into effect on China tonight at midnight.
That's right, China now has to contend with 104% tariffs because it imposed retaliatory tariffs in response to President Trump unleashing chaos on the world. The US rationale behind the tariffs is that China has been ripping the US left and right. These are Donald Trump's words. And he hasn't stopped there when it comes to accusing China. He now claims that the Chinese are also manipulating their currency to deal with the impact of the US tariffs.
They're manipulating their currency today as an offset against the tariffs. Not supposed to do that. The game isn't supposed to be played that way. It makes it very hard for us. But in the end, it's not good because they have to buy oil. See, we don't need oil. We don't need oil and gas. We have more than any other country. They have to buy it. That's where it hurts them when they do that. It costs them twice as much.
Trump is also convinced that China wants to make a deal. After the sweeping tariffs were announced, many nations have reached out to the US to work out some deal or trade agreement that would effectively bring about some relief from the tariffs. But not China. China has said the US should stop acting like an economic bully and come to the table to discuss these issues on the basis of mutual respect. Otherwise, China is ready for the fight.
China they want to make a deal. They really do. They want to make a deal. They just don't know how to get it started because they're proud people.
Now, if the president knows that China is a nation of proud people, then he certainly would understand why China hasn't taken kindly to statements like these coming from the country's vice president.
We borrow money from Chinese peasants to buy the things those Chinese peasants manufacture. That is not a recipe for economic prosperity, it's not a recipe for low prices, and it's not a recipe for good jobs in the United States of America.
If this wasn't enough, there was Pete Hegseth, who went to Panama and said the US would stop the Panama Canal from being weaponized.
Together, we will take back the Panama Canal from China's influence.
China has naturally not taken kindly to these statements, either from Vance or Hegseth. In response to Hegseth's comments, the Chinese embassy in Panama wrote, "The US has carried out a sensationalistic campaign about the theoretical Chinese threat in an attempt to sabotage Chinese Panamanian Corporation, which is all just rooted in the United States' own geopolitical interests." The Chinese Foreign Ministry has called Vance ignorant and his comments impolite, once again warning Washington that pressure and blackmail are not the right way to deal with China. It's both astonishing and lamentable to hear this vice president make such ignorant and disrespectful remarks, said the spokesperson for the Chinese Foreign Ministry. Even social media trends on Weibo in China were dominated by this topic, some showing how advanced China is when it comes to technology. Weibo users mocked the US for suffering from an egg shortage, with some accounts sharing pictures of empty egg shelves in US supermarkets. "If you can't even handle an egg, why are you fighting a trade war?" wrote one user. The obvious reference is to the egg shortage in the US after a bird flu outbreak. The question now is, in this game of brinkmanship between the US and China, who will blink first? For more such stories, subscribe to SNG News. Hit the like button and share our videos as well.